Oh, it's not called the Tale of Gilgamesh. It's actually called the Epic of Gilgamesh. That's cool. This is how far we are into the book. We're gonna start it now. I don't know if I want to read the introduction. I'm always afraid of spoilers, so I think we're gonna skip that. Here we are. Gilgamesh, Tablet 1. Hi, Junebug. Hi, Junebug. Nice. Welcome to the live. Welcome, Birch. Let's begin. Gilgamesh, Tablet 1. This is the standard Babylonian version. I'm not sure what's the difference between the standard Babylonian version and the old Babylonian version. I don't know. Obviously, the old one's older, but maybe I could find something that a legend that says what's the difference, and I don't think I have one. Atrahasis. Okay, the old Babylonian version is from the early 2nd millennium BC, while the standard Babylonian version is a fairly standardized version. Libraries of both Assyria and Babylonia in the early of the mid 1st millennium BC. Interesting. Okay. So this is the standard one. So this is during the 1st millennium, 1st or 2nd millennium BC. Let's begin with Gilgamesh. The standard Babylonian version. Tablet 1. Of him who found out all things, I shall tell the land. Maybe like take care of the land, like farm the land, I think that means. Of him who experienced everything, I shall teach the whole world. He searched lands everywhere. He who experienced the whole gained complete wisdom. He found out that was secret and uncovered what was hidden. He brought back a tale of times before the flood. Ooh. He had journeyed far and wide, weary and at last resigned. He engraved all toils on a memorial monument of stone. He had the wall of Uruk built, the sheepfold of holiest Iana, the pure treasury. See its wall, which is like a copper band. Survey its battlements, which nobody else can match. Take the threshold, which is from time immemorial. Approach Iana, the home of Ishtar, which no future king nor any man will ever match. Go up to the wall of Uruk and walk around. Inspect the foundation platform and scrutinize the birchwork. Testify that its bricks are baked bricks, and that the 7 counselors must have laid its foundations. I don't know who's talking, and I don't know who's listening. 1 square mile is city, 1 square mile is orchards, 1 square mile is clay pits, as well as the open ground of Ishtar's temple. 3 square miles and the open ground comprise Uruk. Look for the copper tablet box, undo its bronze lock, open the door to its secret, lift out the lapis lazuli tablet and read it. Ooh. The story of that man, Gilgamesh, who went through all kinds of sufferings. He was superior to other kings, a warrior lord of great stature, a hero born of Uruk, a goring wild bull. He marches at the front as leader. He goes behind, the support of his brothers, a strong net, the protection of his men, the raging flood wave which can destroy even a stone wall. Son of Lugulbanda, Gilgamesh, perfect in strength, son of the lofty cow, the wild cow Ninsun. He is Gilgamesh, perfect in splendor, who opened up passes in the mountains, who could dig pits even in the mountainside, who crossed the ocean, the broad seas as far as the sunrise, who inspected the edges of the world, kept searching for eternal life, who searched Ut Napishtim, the far distant by force, who restored to their rightful place cold centers, which the flood had ruined. There is nobody among the kings of teeming humanity who can compare with him. Who can I say, I am king, beside Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh was named from birth for fame. 2/3 of him was divine, and 1/3 mortal. Bele Ili designed the shape of his body, made his form perfect, was proud. In Uruk, the sheepfold he would walk about, show himself superior, his head held high like a wild bull. He had no rival, and at his puku, his weapons would rise up, his comrades have to rise up. The young men of Uruk became dejected in their private quarters. Gilgamesh would not leave any son alone for his father. Day and night his behavior was overbearing. He was shepherd. He was their shepherd, yet powerful, superb, knowledgeable, and expert. Gilgamesh would not leave young girls alone. The daughters of warriors, the brides of young men. The gods often heard their complaints. The gods of heaven, the Lord of Uruk. Did Aruru create such a rampant wild bull? Is there no rival at the Puku? His weapons rise up, his comrades have to rise up. Gilgamesh will not leave any son alone for his father. Day and night his behavior is overbearing. He is shepherd of Uruk, the sheepfold. He is their shepherd, yet powerful, superb, knowledgeable, and expert. Gilgamesh will not leave young girls alone, the daughters of warriors, the brides of young men. I don't know why it repeats itself. It might be repeating itself throughout the whole book. I don't know why it does that. It's like giving me different translations or something. Anu often heard their complaints. They called upon great Aruru. You, Aruru, you created mankind? Now create someone for him to match the ardor of his energies. Let them be regular rivals, and let Uruk be allowed peace. When Aruru heard this, she created inside herself the word of Anu. Aruru washed her hands, pinched off a piece of clay, cast it out into open country. She created a primitive man, Enkidu, the warrior, offspring of silence, Skybolt. She created a primitive man, Enkidu, the warrior, offspring of silence, Skybolt. With tresses like a woman, his locks of hair grew luxuriant like grain. He knew neither people nor country. He was dressed as cattle are. With gazelles he eats vegetation. With cattle he quenches his thirst at the watering place. With wild beasts he presses forward for water. A hunter, a brigand, came face to face with him beside the watering place. He saw him on 3 successive days beside the watering place. The hunter looked at him and was dumbstruck to see him. In perplexity, he went back into his house and was afraid, stayed mute and was silent, and was ill at ease, his face worried, the grief in his innermost being. His face was like that of a long-distant traveler. The hunter made his voice heard and spoke. He said to his father, "Father, there was a young man who came from the mountain. On the land he was strong, he was powerful. His strength was very hard, like a sky bolt of Anu. He walks about on the mountain all the time. All the time he eats vegetation with cattle. All the time he puts his feet in the water at the watering place. I am too frightened to approach him. He kept filling in the pits that I dug. He kept pulling out the traps that I laid. He kept helping cattle, wild beasts of open country, to escape my grasp. He will not allow me to work in open country." His father spoke to him, to the hunter, "Uruk, Gilgamesh, his open country. His strength is very hard, like a sky bolt of Anu. Go set your face towards Uruk, the strength of man. Lead her forth and the strong man. When he approaches the cattle at the watering place, she must take off her clothes and reveal her attractions. It's written very weird. Fuck. There's as you can see in the Epic of Gilgamesh, there are tablets where there's nothing inside the brackets. When this happens, it means the tablet that they recovered, it was smudged in ink or clay or something. Sometimes the tablets are broken and pieces are missing, so not the full sentences are they're lost in history. The Epic of Gilgamesh is the oldest story written in history, the oldest. So I'm not sure if that counts verbally. You know how people used to tell stories orally. So I'm not sure if it's the oldest oral story, but it's definitely the oldest written and transcribed story, which is pretty interesting. Let's continue. When he approaches the cattle at the watering place, she must take off her clothes and reveal her attractions. He will see her and go close to her. Then his cattle, who have grown up in open country with him, will become alien to him. He listened to the advice of his father. The hunter went off to see Gilgamesh. He took the road, set his face towards Uruk, entered the presence of Gilgamesh. There was a young man who came from the mountain. On the land he was strong, he was powerful. His strength is very hard, like a sky bolt of Anu. He walks about on the mountain all the time. All the time he eats vegetation with cattle. All the time he puts his feet in the water at the watering place. I am too frightened to approach him. He kept filling in the pits that I dug. He kept pulling out the traps that I laid. He kept helping cattle, wild beasts of open country, to escape my grasp. He did not allow me to work in the open country. Gilgamesh spoke to him, to the hunter. Go, hunter, lead forth the harlot Shamhat. And when he approaches the cattle at the watering place, she must take off her clothes and reveal her attractions. He will see her and go close to her. Then his cattle, who have grown up in open country with him, will become alien to him. The hunter went. He led forth the harlot Shamhat with him, and they took the road. They made the journey. In 3 days they reached the appointed place. Hunter and harlot sat down in their hiding place. For 1 day, then a second, they sat at the watering place. Then cattle arrived at the watering place. They drank. Then wild beasts arrived at the water. They satisfied their need. And he, Enkidu, whose origin is the mountain, who eats vegetation with gazelles, drinks at the watering place with cattle, satisfied his need for water with wild beasts. Shamhat looked at the primitive man, the murderous youth from the depths of open country. Here he is, Shamhat. Bare your bosom, open your legs, and let him take in your attractions. Do not pull away. Take wind of him. He will see you and come close to you. Spread, open your garments, and let him lie upon you. Do for him, the primitive men, as women do. That's awful. That's not good. That's not good writing. That's weird. That's weird. I would not ever say that to a girl. Open yourself and let him lie on you? That's disgusting. That's not good. That's misogynistic. Not good. Evil people. Let's continue. Do for him the primitive men as women do. Then his cattle who have grown up in open country with him will become alien to him. His lovemaking he will lavish upon you. Oh. So Gilgamesh is like this ultimate warrior. He's so powerful and, maybe even godlike. It seems if he has relations with a woman, he becomes kind of defiled maybe. And so his animals or maybe his cattle, they're not going to listen to Gilgamesh anymore because he won't be pure or innocent anymore. Interesting. I think they're trying to make Gilgamesh weak, so they're trying to sway him with women right now. His lovemaking he will lavish upon you. Shamhat loosened her undergarments, opened her legs, and he took in her attractions. She did not pull away. She took wind of him, spread open her garments, and he lay upon her. She did for him the primitive men as women do. His lovemaking he lavished upon her. Wow. For 6 days and 7 nights, Enkidu was aroused. Wow. For 6 days and 7 nights, Enkidu was... Alright, I'm back. Let me scam caller. I'm gonna go get a cigarette. Interesting. They had sex for 7 days, 6 days, 7 nights. Interesting. I can't fuck for 2 minutes. I'll be back. Interesting stuff. Oh, hell, Gilgamesh. You heard? Gilgamesh fucked his girl for 6 days, 7 nights. Is that what it said? Yeah. Sure, bro. No. He lavished upon her. He aroused her for 7 days or 6 days, 7 nights. Insane. I'm looking for my ashtray. Frankenstein was good, man. I cried. I finished it. It was sad. It was cute. I don't care about Elizabeth. Her death did not hit me. Should I tell you the last person who died is the biggest spoiler of the book? Yeah. It was really sad. It was really good riddance the way he died. They said, and he closed his eyes forever. And his smile lit it away. And he embraced his loved ones in heaven. It was so useful tomorrow. Because he said, go out and see that. Yes. Watching. Yeah. Then, yes. Let's continue. Let's continue. Of Gilgamesh. What's this live music thing? Live music thing. No. When he was sated with her charms, he set his face towards the open country of his cattle. The gazelle saw Enkidu and scattered. The cattle of open country kept away from his body, for Enkidu had stripped his body was too clean. His legs, which used to keep pace with his cattle, were at a standstill. Enkidu had been diminished. He could not run as before, yet he had acquired judgment, had become wiser. He turned back. He sat at the harlot's feet. The harlot was looking at his expression, and he listened attentively to what the harlot said. The harlot spoke to him, to Enkidu. You have become profound, Enkidu. You have become like a god. Why should you roam open country with wild beasts? Come, let me take you into Uruk, the sheepfold, to the pure house, the dwelling of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, and is like a wild bull, more powerful than any of the people. She spoke to him, and her speech was acceptable. Knowing his own mind now, he would seek for a friend. Enkidu spoke to her, to the harlot. Come, Shamhat, invite me to the pure house, the holy dwelling of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, and is like a wild bull, more powerful than any of the people. Let me challenge him, and in Uruk I shall be the strongest. I shall go in and alter destiny on who was born in open country and who's superior in strength. Shamhat answered, Come on, let us go forth and let me please you. There are, I know. Go, Enkidu, into Uruk the sheepfold, where young men are girded with sashes and every day is a feast day, where the drums are beaten and girls show off their figures, adorned with joy and full of happiness, in bed at night with great men. O Enkidu, you who know nothing of life, let me show you Gilgamesh, a man of joy and woe. Look at him. Observe his face. He is beautiful in manhood, dignified. His whole body is charged with seductive charm. He is more powerful in strength of arms than you. He does not sleep by day or night. O Enkidu, change your plan for punishing him. Shamash loves Gilgamesh, and Anu, Enlil, and Ea made him wise. Before you came from the mountains, Gilgamesh was dreaming about you in Uruk. Gilgamesh arose and described a dream. He told to his mother, Mother, I saw a dream in the night. There were stars in the sky for me, and something like a sky bolt of Anu kept falling upon me. I tried to lift it up, but it was too heavy for me. I tried to turn it over, but I couldn't budge it. The countrymen of Uruk were standing over it. The countrymen had gathered over it. The men crowded over it. The young men massed over it. They kissed its feet like very young children. I loved it as a wife, doted on it. I carried it, laid it at your feet. You treated it as equal to me. The wise mother of Gilgamesh, all-knowing, understood. She spoke to Gilgamesh. You tried to lift it up, but it was too heavy for you. You tried to turn it over, but you couldn't budge it. You carried it, laid it at my feet. I treated it as equal to you, and you loved it as a wife and doted on it. It means a strong partner shall come to you, one who can save the life of a friend. He will be the most powerful in strength of arms in the land. His strength will be as great as that of a sky bolt of Anu. You will love him as a wife, you will dote upon him, and he will always keep you safe. That is the meaning of your dream. Gilgamesh spoke to her, to his mother. Mother, I have had a second dream. An axe was thrown down in the street of Uruk the sheepfold, and they gathered over it. The countrymen of Uruk stood over it. The land gathered over it together. The men had massed over it. I carried it, laid it at your feet. I loved it as a wife, doted upon it, and you treated it as equal to me. The wise mother of Gilgamesh, all-knowing, understood. She spoke to her son. The wise wild cow, Nin's son, all-knowing, understood. She spoke to Gilgamesh. The copper axe which you saw is a man. You will love it as a wife. You will dote upon it, and I shall treat it as equal to you. A strong partner will come to you, one who can save the life of a comrade. He will be the most powerful in strength of arms in the land. His strength will be as great as that of a sky bolt of Anu. Gilgamesh spoke to his mother. Let it fall then, according to the word of Enlil, the great counselor. I shall gain a friend to advise me. Nin's son retold his dreams. Thus Shamhat heard the dreams of Gilgamesh and told them to Enkidu. The dreams mean that you will love one another. And that's the end of Tablet 1. It's time to read Tablet number 2. I believe it. Yeah, this one's even shorter. Yeah. I'm gonna read it right now. Let's see if I understood it. Not really. I thought Gilgamesh was kind of with us throughout the tablet, but it seemed like it was a normal guy trying to be like a god so that way he could meet Gilgamesh and fight him, right? To challenge him. For whatever reason, I don't know. Most likely for fame because he wants to alter destiny. The writing is pretty good. I like the writing only because it's an old story. It's pretty interesting how the civilization, the society who wrote this, like revered their weapons, their axes, their nature, like lightning bolts. I don't know. It's interesting. They see it like as important as a wife. So I'm not sure. Maybe as important as a wife. So I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, I think man just represents weapons. So it's interesting. It's interesting. All right. I have a little bit of time. Enkidu was seated before her in Tiranu. Tears trusted Moli too. Why? They were consulting together by themselves. At his decision, who understood in his heart which Shamhat, one garment, and a second garment which she held him by the hand and like gods. To the shepherd's hut. The shepherds were gathered around him on their own accord, and by themselves the young man, how like Gilgamesh in build, mature in build, as sturdy as battlements. Why was he born in the mountains? He is just as powerful in strength of arms as a skybolt of Anu. They put food in front of him. They put drink in front of him. And Kidu would not eat the food. He narrowed his eyes and stared. He slew wolves and the herdsmen. And Kidu, a herdsman, you stayed at home. Uruk, the sheepfold. This is hard to read. There's a lot of missing words because the tablet was broken. Or just mashed or very dirty to read. So, if it doesn't make sense, they're skipping lines. He stood in the street of Uruk, the sheepfold, the strong. He barred the way of Gilgamesh. The country of Uruk was standing around him. The country gathered together over him. The men amassed over him. The young men crowded over him, kissed his feet as if he were a toddler. When the young man, the bed was laid at night for Ishara, and for godlike Gilgamesh an equal match was found. And Kidu blocked his access at the door of the father-in-law's house. He would not allow Gilgamesh to enter. They grappled at the door of the father-in-law's house, wrestled in the street, in the public square. Door frames shook, walls quaked. Oh, wow. He was the most powerful in strength of arms in the land. His strength was as great of that of a skybolt of Anu, as built as sturdy as battlements. The wise mother of Gilgamesh, all-knowing, spoke to her son. The wild cow Ninsun spoke to Gilgamesh. My son, bitterly. Seized, he brought up to his door. Bitterly, he was weeping. And Kidu had no... Skip it. We're going to skip a couple lines, I guess. His hair is allowed to hang loose. He was born in open country, and who can prevail over him? And Kidu stood, listened to him speaking, pondered, and then sat down, began to cry. His eyes grew dim with tears, his arms slackened his strength. Then they grasped one another and embraced and held hands. Gilgamesh made his voice heard and spoke. He said to Enkidu, "Why are your eyes filled with tears?" And then we skipped 29 lines. Elil had destined him to keep the pine forest safe, to be the terror of people. Humbaba, whose shout is the flood weapon, whose utterance is fire, and whose breath is death, can hear for a distance of 60 leagues through the forest, so who can penetrate his forest? I'm gonna end the living after. I'm gonna end the live reading after these 2 minutes. Elil has destined him to keep the pine forest safe, to be the terror of people. Debility would seize anyone who penetrated his forest. Gilgamesh spoke to him, to Enkidu. Are you saying that? And then we skip 34 lines. Gilgamesh made his voice heard and spoke to Enkidu. My friend, are there no children? Enkidu made his voice heard and spoke to Gilgamesh. My friend, were we to go to him? Humbaba. Gilgamesh made his voice heard and spoke to Enkidu. My friend, we really should. They sat and pondered on. We made a Hasinu axe, a Pasu axe, with a whole talent of bronze for each half. Their swords weighed a whole talent each. Their belts weighed a whole talent each. Their belts, new break. Listen to me, young men of Uruk who knew. I am adamant. I shall take the road to Humbaba. I shall face unknown opposition. I shall ride along an unknown road. Give me your blessing since I have decided on the course, that I may enter the city gate of Uru again in future, and celebrate the New Year festival once again in future years, and take part in the New Year festival in years to come. Let the New Year festival be performed. Let joy resound. Let Iluru cries ring out in. Enkidu gave advice to the elders, the young men of Uruk. Tell him not to go to the pine forest. That journey is not to be undertaken. A man, the guardian of the pine forest. The great counselors of Uruk rose up and gave an opinion to Gilgamesh. You are still young, Gilgamesh. You are impetuous too, but you do not know what you will find. Humbaba, whose shout is the flood weapon, whose utterance is fire, and whose breath is death, can hear for up to 60 leagues the sounds of the forest. Whoever goes down to his forest, or two, who even among the Igigi can face him. Elil destined him to keep the pine forest safe, to be the terror of people. Gilgamesh listened to the speech of the great counselors. Tablet 3 is also really short. I want to read it, to be honest, but I'm tired. I gotta go make a movie. I'm an actor. Alright, it's over. Tablet 3 coming out.